30 seconds to go, and we're on race number 3. Wow, this has been kind of a, how could I say it? This is kind of one of them days where I'm looking at the end of the races and going, why are y'all putting these little hills at the end of the race? I mean, y'all really, I told you some weeks are hill races where they have hills. Well, they have hills all over the place. They have hills at the end of the race to give you a push at the end. And this was one of those where we had to hit. We had 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And in this race, I didn't know. I kind of felt like this was going to be like the rolling hills. So I took this race thinking, okay, cool, if this the rolling hills, we're going to be fine. Today on these races, the day of these races, I really wasn't trying to pull away from the pack. Sometimes I wonder, as I say, when I ride this, sometimes I wonder if it's a good idea, especially, but there where comes in knowing the race. Like that 2-mile race, it'd probably been a good idea just to power through that thing early and maybe come to the end on the finish by myself with a little bit of distance. So on this one, I'm riding with a group again, and we're riding. I'm pretty much riding with tandem and I'm starting to ride Henson, and there's a couple of more guys I'm starting to see more regularly. If I see you, I kind of see your friend invite and put up a, hey, thing, let me know if y'all in that race. Price, I see a lot lately at this time. I don't know who I'm gonna see in the morning. Like I said, I'm gonna get up and ride, but I don't know what I'm gonna ride. I have to be out of here really early tomorrow morning. I have a same day delivery from Atlanta that need to be in North Carolina by 9, so I gotta get out here pretty early. That's the way I am, truck driver. That's the truck driver life. So as I'm riding here, I'm looking ahead and I'm looking at this scenery, and I kind of know that this is the rolling hills that I did earlier. In fact, there was a Zwift Insider I think we did a rolling hill. The rolling hill was Race the World rolling hill. I really want to do that one in the morning. I'm gonna see if it's up when I get up in the morning, and if it's up at the time I get up, I'm gonna run that rolling hill. I'm gonna run that Zwift Insider car. I've seen it. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think I'm gonna end up riding it and just getting it through. So as we ride, I'm riding up in front with it's Harding and Tandem and me, and I thought I saw Price up there. He must have fell back. I've seen him a couple of times. Henson, I've seen him a couple of times. I'm starting to. What it is, I think I'm starting to notice that you got certain guys that race at certain times of the day. And I'm starting to notice him. I think the guy Mark that I raced with that time, he rides more in the afternoon. Maybe I might try afternoon race sometimes when it's not too late. I don't really do them past noon time. Like I say, a lot of times about 8, 9 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, 7:30, I'm starting to pull it out, shut it down for the day. And so that's my goal, is just to get, my day ends early, so I don't want to be out here racing late. It's kind of hard to go to sleep. So we're racing on here. We're doing pretty good. I look up and I see that we're in the pack, we're in the group. My heart rate is not too high. My pedals are good, and I'm doing a lot of things that I was advised by certain people who left comments, and I keep saying this and I keep saying it. Leave me comments if you have any suggestions or anything about my riding or what I'm doing. I'm trying to be more out here for people, bigger guys. I've seen a couple of more bigger guys out here riding, and I want to say for the bigger guys, hey man, don't give up. It's hard, but I don't think it's to the point where it's too hard. It's what you want it to be. That's what I should say. It's what you want it to be. If you want a hard race or a soft race, you just find what they have that's in what you like to do and you race that. Now, like, we're going downhill and I see them putting in all that power going downhill, but if you see me, I'm trying to get it so I'm just riding pretty decent, but it's not a super crazy downhill. This race was really more of kind of my race. Up until the last moments of the race, where I think if I had known what this race was, I could have put in a little bit more power a little earlier, but I don't know, because the guys that I ride with in some of these Zwift Insiders, like these guys right here in front, Pharrell and Tandem and the rest of them, I think these guys are pretty seasoned D riders. That's what I should say. Now I hit this flight here because I knew this little hill was coming up and I knew I needed to get over it. So it was a good idea to hit. To me, I think I did a good idea to hit it right there. Plus, I was thinking I'm gonna get another feather, and then when I get another feather, I just use it then. So it did enough to get me. You notice that I didn't lose a lot, and I still stayed high enough that I could keep going. Which in the other race, if it would have done this, I would have had a different routine, a different set. Because it's another negative, but when it came up to that flat, it was just hard to get the momentum back up. So when I got a decline, I started to put the power in. It's kind of easy just to let my weight do the work. And if you see here, I'm not really pedaling hard. It's more or less letting my weight do the work while I ride this ride. Now they stay up with us. And they're riding pretty good. I give them credit. Everybody who rides this is up here with us in this pack. It's pretty good. And if you look down, it's about 12 of us there. I'm starting to notice that these races are a lot more fun when you're trying to strategize with other people and trying to understand when to do something. I think because I don't know, maybe it's me, I only notice my man drinks a lot of water. Now, one thing it does do, I think Zwift does this on purpose, it makes me drink my water a lot more. If you notice I'm riding out, I'll reach down and drink a little bit more. But we're riding pretty good, and I'm looking at this race and I'm going, okay, cool, we got a mile 4 left. And these races are, how can I say it? These races, there's nothing, I'll put it this way, there's nothing routine about each race because you have to attack each race different. And I think that's what the Insider is doing, is teaching you how to attack races. I'm attacking the race I'm finding a pace. Now the other race that I did after these 4 races, I did that race an hour later. That race was about me setting a tempo where I wanted to stay at a certain spot and ride. Like I may get in a race and my whole goal is to stay at 450. And if the race is 12, 15 miles long, the goal is to stay at 400. And I'm gonna do a lot more of those. Like I say, this month is September is gonna be all about setting a pace and holding it. So if I can find a pace that I can set and hold, that's what all I'm gonna do is, that what that whole month's about, is just setting a pace and holding. Now if you look at us, it's about 5 of us in a group right here, and we're just riding together. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. I see the thing climbing. I'm hoping it don't climb too high. I don't have a feather, which I should have kept. But it wasn't high. I've done this before, so I knew that hill wasn't that high. And I was hoping that that was going to be the extent of our climbing. Because if it was, that meant that I was going to have enough time to build up enough momentum to get back in front and just stay right where we at. So as we come around here, I'm thinking to myself, I've done this. This is not another hard hill to climb. I should have just held onto the feather today. But if y'all have noticed lately, a lot of times I hold on to the feather and the race is over with, and I still got a feather. So that was an issue for me. So I don't want to hold it too long, and I'm hoping that like with this race that I get something that I can use. But I get another feather, and it would help if I known that I get these feathers here. But as I get this, I know it's at the end, and when they hand me a feather, sometimes I do speed up just a little bit, hoping that I come to a decline and just ride it out a little bit. And that's what I'm thinking about doing on here. So as I come around, I see the thing go down, and I think, okay, cool. Let's get ready for the sprint at the end. That's my mindset right now. Let's get ready for the sprint at the end. And as we come down, I'm just riding, and I look ahead, and I know there's a chance that we can turn to the left, or we can go straight and climb that little hill. Now for me, I was hoping for the turn to the left. Zwift Insider is starting to make me a flat earther. I'm sorry if I'm saying so. I'm sorry. That was just a joke. Because I hit the thing just trying to hold on to the speed I got going up this hill. And that's why I was like, okay, cool. Let me hit this and just go through my speed and hold my speed and get through this hill. And I'm trying to do that. And I don't know. I think I felt a little tired on this one because I didn't really put out the 1,000 watts that I normally would try to put out. I think I was getting tired. These hills at the end of the races kind of do get me a little tired. So my goal here was let me just hold on to my 5th spot. I'm not letting nobody take. If I can't get them, I'm not gonna fall no further down. And that became my goal. If I can't get them, I'm not falling no further down. So as I come across the line, I felt a little bit of relief. I'm looking forward to the next race, and y'all finna see the disaster that comes about on this next race. Y'all have a nice day. I'll see you on the next race. Ride on.